Hello students. So after completing the Newton's law, we have now reached the last part of the chapter of laws of motion, and today we are going to study about the very small part, that is gravitation. This is a very important part of physics, and in higher classes you will study that this is the concept that describes how the planets move around the sun, how the satellite move around the planets, and these big concepts, the motion of the planets, the motion of the satellites, are described according to the law of gravitation. So this law is also, we are studying Newton's first law, second law, third law. This law is also given by the same person, our great scientist Newton, and we call it Newton's law of universal gravitation. Now, what is gravitation? Before going to study what is the law, let me explain you what is gravitation. In this chapter, we'll study two terms, gravitation and gravity. What is the difference between this? I'm going to explain you later. For the time being, let us concentrate on the term gravitation. What is gravitation? See, gravitation is actually a force of attraction. Always attraction, cannot be repulsion. Gravitation is a force of attraction between any two objects in the universe. Means in the universe, any two objects, what is the mass of the object, what is the size of the object, doesn't matter. Any two objects attract each other by a force, and that force is called the force of gravitation. So gravitation is the force by which any two objects, mind it, this force is not electrical of nature, this force is not magnetic nature, this is not magnetic, this is not electrical, this is a force which is always attractive, because we have studied that electrical and magnetic forces can be repulsive also, but this is not the case here. ये जो फोर्स है वो ऑलवेज अट्रैक्टिव ही होता है. तो ग्रेविटेशन एक फोर्स है कोई भी दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स के बीच में. अगर मान लो दो पत्थर रखे हुए हैं, उनके बीच में भी ये फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है, और फिर वही ग्रेविटेशन अर्थ और सन के बीच में भी है, अर्थ और बाकी प्लैनेट्स के बीच में भी है, सन और मून के बीच में भी है. वो वही फोर्स है, द सेम फोर्स which is found between attracting between two objects on the earth and also between earth and any other heavenly body. Same thing. So I hope it is clear what is gravitation. Now Newton gave a law, and this law was called the universal law of gravitation. What is the law? Let us try to understand. Suppose I have two objects of masses m1 and m2 and a separation of r between them. Okay, I have two objects of masses m1 and m2 and a separation of r between them. Now Newton suggested that the force of attraction between any two objects, there exists a force of attraction between any two objects in this universe. It is not a matter of earth or sun or solar system. This law is applicable for the whole of universe. Newton said that in this universe there exists a force of attraction between two objects. The force of attraction exists between any two objects, and the force is directly proportional to the product of the masses. The force is directly proportional to what? To the product of masses. Means more mass, more force. Less mass, less force. And secondly, it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. It is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Means what? If the distance is increased, the force will decrease. If the distance is doubled, then 2 square is what? 4. The force will decrease 4 times. And if the distance is halved, then the force will increase 4 times. So the inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So if we combine this, what we will get? A proportional to m1 m2 by r square. Okay. And if I want to remove this sign of proportionality, then what I have to do? I have to multiply this by a constant. And we are calling it G. So F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. And this G is called universal gravitational constant. And the value of it is very small value. And the value of it is 6.67 into 10 to the minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. Okay. So what is the value? 6.67 into 10 to the minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. So this is the very small value. So this constant G, this G is called universal gravitational constant. Means what? Wherever you go, whether you are on the earth, on moon or wherever, the value of capital G will not change. Previously you must have studied about small g, acceleration due to gravity. We will also study it now. The value changes, but this value is same for wherever you go. That is why it is called universal gravitational constant. Universal word is attached. And the value is this. So you can say 10 to the minus 11. And because of this small value, we cannot feel the force of attraction between any two objects. If you are standing in front of a building, then what is happening? The building is pulling you, but you will not be able to feel it. Why? Because the value of G is very small. But suppose if I say the value, if I consider the mass of Earth, the mass of Sun, then this product will be a very big number, and there the value of this force becomes significant. So this is the reason why this force is not significant in case of normal bodies. Okay. Now, what is the characteristic property of this force? First of all, this force, as I told you, is always attractive. It cannot be repulsive. Gravitational constant, because we have studied repulsion in case of those places where we have two types. We have two types of charge. So attraction, repulsion. We have two types of magnetic poles, North Pole, South Pole, attraction, repulsion. But do we have two types of masses? Is there anything called positive mass and negative mass? No. So mass is always of same type. And as a result, we have only one type of force, and that is always attractive. So gravitational force is always attractive. Second point, third point. Second point, product of the masses, inversely proportional to the square of the distance. And these are the main points. What is the concept properties of the universal law of gravitation? And as I told you, the force of gravitation is insignificant for normal bodies. Okay. Now what is the value of G? Let's see. Suppose I take, so if I take M1 is equal to M2 is equal to 1 kg and R is equal to 1 meter. So what will I get? F equal to G. Okay. So what will I get? F is equal to So what will I get? F is equal to G 1 into 1 by 1 square, or you can say F is equal to G. And what is the value of G? 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton. So what we are actually getting from here? A very small value of G. What we are getting? A very small value of the force. So that is why if the distance is 1 meter, mass 1 kg, this force is insignificant. So, and here we can get the value of G. Okay, the force between two bodies of mass 1 kg. So value of G is numerically equal to, the value of G is numerically equal to the force of attraction between two bodies of mass 1 kg having a separation of 1 meter. Suppose here is 1 kg, this is 1 kg, this is 1 kg, and this distance is 1 meter. Then how much force they will experience? They will experience the amount of force which is numerically equal to the value of G. Okay? Now, let's come to the next topic, that is gravity. Now, what is gravity? I told you, gravitation is something else and gravity is something else. So, we are having two bodies. Suppose here is M1, A, body A, and this is another body B. These two are attracting each other. We have studied that if I leave this marker, it will go straight. Why? You will say, sir, what is this? Simple thing. Earth attracts a body. Yes, you are right. So we know that everything that we drop on Earth, towards Earth, will fall straight on Earth. Because Earth attracts every body towards itself. Fine. So we are going to study what is gravity. So gravity is the, you can say, gravity is the force by which Earth attracts any object towards itself. Means Earth जिस फोर्स से किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को अपनी तरफ टानती है, अट्रैक्ट करती है, उसी फोर्स को हम क्या कहते हैं? फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी. सिंपल भाषा में अभी हम लोग क्या बात कर रहे थे कि दो बॉडी है, उनके बीच में ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स होगा. अगर इन दो बॉडी में एक बॉडी अर्थ हुआ तो वो ग्रेविटेशन फोर्स क्या बन जाएगा? फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी. तो यू कैन से दैट ग्रेविटी इज अ टर्म रिजर्व्ड फॉर द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स ऑफ अर्थ. तो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स ऑफ अर्थ को ही हम लोग ग्रेविटी बोलते हैं, और ये वर्ड सिर्फ ग्रेविटी जो है वो अर्थ के लिए रिजर्व करती है. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड द ग्रेविटी. ओके, तो व्हाट इज ग्रेविटी? ग्रेविटी इज द फोर्स बाय विच अर्थ अट्रैक्ट्स ए बॉडी टुवर्ड्स इटसेल्फ. तो ये हो गया क्या हम लोग का जो टॉपिक हो गया ग्रेविटी. ओके, अब सपोज, ओके, नाउ सपोज I have a body. Let's see. This is the surface of Earth. Earth का मास को हम m पकड़ ले रहे हैं, और मेरे पास एक बॉडी है छोटा सा, उसका मास को m पकड़ ले रहे हैं. Now, from where is the, ये जो अर्थ अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, पर अर्थ का जो अट्रैक्टिंग फोर्स है, the attracting force of the earth is originating from the center. तो if I want to know the distance, ये this is the distance ना r. तो in case of earth, what will be the distance? Distance will be from the center of this body to the center of earth. Now what is the radius of earth? Let it be capital R. So if I consider the radius of earth to be capital R, then this distance is insignificant, because the radius of earth is about 6,400 kilometers. Height of Mount Everest is only about 8 kilometers, bit more than 8 kilometers, and the radius of the earth is 6,400 kilometers. So you can imagine how big the earth is. So if you keep any object, suppose I am keeping it 5 or 3 or 2 or 3 meter or 1 or 2 meter above the earth. So this distance is nothing in compared to the radius of the earth. So we can say if we are talking of two bodies, then what is the distance between them? The radius of the earth. Now see. So F is, what is the force of attraction? F is equal to G M by R square. Keep in mind. F is equal to what? G M by R square. M, mass of the earth, small m, mass of this body, and what is the distance? If you consider any object, the force of gravitation about earth, then you have to measure the distance from where? From the center of earth. Okay. So whenever we are using big bodies, then we are considering, this is the law of physics, physics deals with particles. Particles means what? It may be big, but if it is a very big particle, then we will consider that entire mass is concentrated at the center. This you study in higher classes, or because that is the concept of particle dynamics. So the mass is concentrated here and the mass is concentrated here. So we are actually dealing with center to center. Now this radius is very big compared to this distance. So we are ignoring this distance. Let it be only r. Let us consider the body is very close to the earth. Okay. So F is equal to G mm by r square. Now what is this F? The force of attraction, the force by which the body is being attracted by earth. What we call this? Is there any other name to this force? Yes. We have studied in lower classes, and there is one more name, that is called the weight. What is weight? What is weight? Weight is the force by which earth attracts a body towards itself. And what is the formula? Formula is what? Mg. So if I put here mg, so what will I get? G m by r square, because F is mg. So if I cancel this m, so what will I get? G equal to gm by r square. Now what is G? You know very well. G is actually acceleration due to gravity. So if I put the values of G, that is 6.67, the value of the mass of the earth, the value of the radius of the earth, then I will get the approximate value of 9.8 meter per second square. So value of G is coming from this formula. We are using this formula, but what this value previously also, but the value is coming from this formula. That value of G is what? G, the formula of G is what? Gm by r square. Here now you put the values, you will get the value of G as 9.8. Now let's concentrate on this G. Till now we are studying about this. Now let's concentrate here. This G is called acceleration due to gravity. What is the meaning of this phrase? Now Newton's second law said that a force, if applied on a body, will produce acceleration. So acceleration is due to a force. Now come here. What is gravity? Gravity is also a force. So acceleration is due to the gravitational force of earth. Means what? Simple language. If an object is, suppose, thrown or dropped from a height. Suppose a stone is dropped from a third floor, fourth floor, whatever. It is falling towards earth. Now in the due course, what is happening? Is the velocity constant? No, the velocity is not constant. Then what is happening? The velocity is increasing. Why? Because of this acceleration. Because of this acceleration. Okay, so because of this value of acceleration, So whenever the object is coming towards Earth, Earth is putting a force of gravity on that object, and that force of gravity is producing an acceleration in the body, and due to that acceleration the force of the body is increasing. So this body will fall on Earth with the how? With the increasing velocity. Suppose the body is falling from here, its speed was u equal to 0. After 1 second, it became what? Let us take it to be 10, round off. It will become 10. How? By the formula you know V equal to GT. How it is coming? V equal to U plus AT. U 0 and A is what? G. So formula will become what? V equal to GT. So after 1 second, it will become 10. After 2 seconds, it will become 20. After 3 seconds, 30. And finally, if it reaches bumps the earth after 4 seconds, so it will become 40. So what we can see? The speed of the body is constantly increasing. Velocity of the body is constantly increasing. Why? Because of the acceleration due to gravity. Okay? So this is clear. So because of the acceleration due to gravity, so what is happening? In case of free fall, what is the meaning of free fall? Free fall means when a body is just dropped from a height. If you are on a 3rd floor, 4th floor, you drop a stone from the height, from the roof or from wherever, from the window of the apartment, then what will happen? That thing will fall down. And that is called free fall. Means it is not propelled by some other force. It is falling freely with the influence of earth. So when an object falls freely, means just falls with the influence of earth, we call it to be free fall. So during fall, okay, for free fall, so we have studied that V equal to U plus AT. Okay, we know this formula. What will this change to? This will change to V equal to U is 0. What is the point we should consider? U equal to 0 and A equal to G. If you do these changes, U equal to 0, A equal to G, this formula for free fall, this is general formula. We have studied, applied, derived in the chapter of motion. We know this formula. But in case of free fall, this formula will be converted to V equal to GT. Acha. V square equal to U square plus 2AS. Now, what it changes to do? In place of S, you write H. Why? Because the body is falling vertically. The body is not moving, swaying in air. It is falling vertically. Okay. So, this will become V square equal to, this part will vanish. It will become 2. In place of A, you write G. In place of S, you write H. So, V square equal to 2GH. Clear? Achha. S equal to UT plus half AT square. This is the third formula we have derived. S is what? H. This part is becoming vanishing because U is 0. 0 into anything is 0. So it will become half GT square. So please note down, this is the formula we will apply in the numericals in case of free fall. Okay, clear? So in case of free fall, we will apply this. Now what happens actually? Suppose I throw an object upward, then what will happen? Then what will changes? At the highest point, V will become 0. At the highest point, V will become 0. And it will take a turn and again hit the ground with the same velocity by which I have thrown it. Suppose I have thrown upward with a velocity of 20 meters per second. It will go to a height and again hit the ground with the same velocity of 20 meters per second. Okay? So when it is going upward, then the value of acceleration will be minus g. If the body is moving upward, the value of A will be minus g, and if the body is coming downward, the value of A will be plus g. Bas. Just you keep this mind, then you can do any numerical. Okay? Achha. So this is all about G. Now our next topic is mass and weight. Now what is mass? As you know, we have studied in lower classes, mass is the total amount of matter. Here matter means the atoms and molecules and all this. The total amount of matter contained in a body means we can say total amount of matter. Okay, so it is the total measurement of the total amount of matter contained in a body. And what is weight? Weight is actually the force, or you can say the force of gravity of any object. The force of gravity of any object. We have already studied what is gravity, what is gravitation. So the force of gravity is the weight. Now, our next topic, next point. So it is not, or you can, in details you can say, suppose I have a body and the earth is attracting it towards itself. So the force by which earth is attracting the body towards itself, that is the weight of the body. Okay, suppose I have an object in my hand and I can feel the weight. Why? Because it has a tendency to go down, because earth is attracting it downward. So the force of gravity. So we can say weight is the force of gravity. It is a scalar quantity. It has no direction. It has no direction. It is a scalar quantity. But weight is what? Weight is a vector quantity. Weight is always a vector quantity. 3 number. Unit kg. SI unit is Newton and gravitational unit is kgf. SI unit is Newton. And there is one more unit. What is that we अभी हम बताने जा रहे हैं. There is one more unit that is called what? kgf. So there are 2 units. Mass unit is kg. So other unit gram, milligram, and here it is Newton, kgf, dyne, all this. 4. It is constant. It does not change. We have studied in the Newton's second law. Second video of laws of motion, I have told you that this is constant. It does not change. It is fixed. And mass of a body changes only when the speed of the body or velocity of the body approaches very close to the speed of light, which is practically impossible. So we can say mass is constant. But as I told in the previous part, weight is what? M into G. What is weight? Mass times acceleration due to gravity. And this quantity is a variable quantity. It changes. Even on the surface of Earth, at the poles it is minimum, at the equator, at the poles it is maximum, at the equator it is minimum. You go inside the Earth, the value decreases. You go to a high mountain, the value also decreases. It is changing. You go to moon, it will become 1/6. So if on moon the value of G will become 1/6, then obviously the weight will also become 1/6. So this is changing. So W is equal to mg, so weight is changing. Now, 5 number point. So this is changes from place to place. Changes from place to place. It is not constant. Okay. Now see, what we are going to study is, so this is constant, this is changes from place to place. So these are the most important differences between what? Mass and weight. One more we can add up here. It is measured by or compared by beam balance. Beam balance or physical balance. And this is measured or measured by spring balance. Spring balance. Okay? Okay? So you have gone to the shop, in the market, you have seen the taraju, beam balance, that is used to compare the mass. and spring balance is used to, we have studied in Newton's third law, spring balance is used to measure the weight. So these are the differences between mass and weight. Now let's move on to the next part. We will do some numericals based on this chapter of the gravitation. Actually these are related to motion. So we are going to do some sums. Question number 11. Question is, a body is thrown vertically upward. Okay. It goes to a height of 20 meter and then returns to the ground. Take g equal to 10 meter per second square. Okay. So find the initial velocity, final velocity and time taken. Okay. So I have thrown a body from ground. It goes to a height of 20 meter and again comes back to the ground. So what is the initial velocity? See, what formulas we have studied? V square is equal to 2gh, h equal to half gt square, v equal to gt. This formula we have seen in the previous part. Okay. So here they have asked to find the v, because the speed by which the body will thrown upward is the same by which the body will strike the ground. मतलब जिस स्पीड से हम बॉडी को नीचे से ऊपर तरफ उछालेंगे, बॉडी ऊपर हाईएस्ट पॉइंट तक जाएगा, रुकेगा, फिर वापस जब नीचे गिरेगा, अर्थ को स्ट्राइक करेगा, तो उसका स्पीड फिर से वही हो जाएगा. सपोज हम किसी बॉडी को 50 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्पीड से फेंके, तो वो जब ग्राउंड को स्ट्राइक करेगा तो उसका स्पीड फिर से कितना हो जाएगा? 15 मीटर पर सेकेंड. तो वी विल अप्लाई दिस फॉर्मूला, v स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 2gh. तो 2 इंटू 10 इंटू 20, तो दिस इज 20 स्क्वायर, तो v इक्वल टू 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड. ओके, तो v कितना हो गया? 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड. अच्छा, नाउ तो v मिल गया. अब आते हैं h, टाइम. तो अब यहां पर क्वेश्चन पूछा है क्या? द स्पीड बाय विच द बॉडी इज थ्रोन अपवर्ड. तो द बॉडी इज थ्रोन अपवर्ड विद द स्पीड ऑफ 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन पूछा है बाय विच स्पीड द बॉडी विल स्ट्राइक द ग्राउंड. तो बॉडी विल स्ट्राइक द ग्राउंड, फिर से वही आंसर होगा. तो दोनों केस में एक ही आंसर होगा. अब टाइम पूछा है, तो वी विल अप्लाई दिस सेकेंड फॉर्मूला. तो h इक्वल टू हाफ gt स्क्वायर. तो t स्क्वायर क्या होगा? 2 इंटू h बाई g, मतलब 2 इंटू 20 बाई 10. तो t स्क्वायर क्या हो गया? 2 स्क्वायर. तो t इक्वल टू 2. t कितना निकला? 2. तो देयरफॉर टोटल टाइम, ये t क्या है? ये बॉडी को यहां से यहां तक जाने का 2 सेकेंड, और जब ये वापस आ रहा है तो ये भी 2 सेकेंड, ये भी 2 सेकेंड. तो टोटल टाइम टेकन क्या होगा? 2 प्लस 2 दैट इज 4 सेकेंड. ठीक है, टोटल टाइम कितना हो जाएगा? 4 सेकेंड. अच्छा, ये हो गया सेकेंड. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 12. So if you have not written, please pause the video and write it. Question number 12. Question number 12 है, a body is dropped from a tower. It acquires a velocity of 20 meter per second on reaching the ground. Means एक टावर से हम एक बॉल को ड्रॉप कर दिए, तो जब वो ग्राउंड पर आ रहा है, यहां पर उसका v कितना हो गया? v हो गया 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड. हम हाइट से एक बॉल को ड्रॉप किए हैं, जब वो ग्राउंड को स्ट्राइक कर रहा है तो उसका वेलोसिटी कितना हो गया? 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड. तो कैलकुलेट द हाइट ऑफ द टावर. क्या निकालना है? टावर का हाइट निकालना है. तो यहां पे v दे दिया है, v 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड, और g का वैल्यू तो पता ही है 10 होता है. g कितना होता है? 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. तो क्या पूछा है? हाइट. तो हम लोग फर्स्ट फॉर्म लगाते हैं. तो v स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 2gh. तो 20 का स्क्वायर 2 इंटू 10 इंटू h. तो 20 कट गया, तो h कितना निकला? 20 मीटर. तो h कितना आ गया? 20 मीटर. तो हाइट कितना हो गया? 20 मीटर. तो हाइट ऑफ द टावर इज 20 मीटर. डन. Now we'll do one more sum, last sum, question number 17. A ball is thrown upward with the initial velocity of, question number 17 देखो, a ball is thrown upward, u हो गया 49 मीटर पर सेकेंड, इस स्पीड से बॉल को ऊपर तरफ उछाला गया है। अच्छा, कैलकुलेट द मैक्सिमम हाइट अटेंड, ये बॉल कितना हाइट तक जाएगा अगर हम कोई बॉल को इस स्पीड से फेंके नीचे से ऊपर तरफ, तो कितना हाइट तक जाएगा, और यहाँ पे जी लेना है कितना 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर। ठीक है, तो हमको एच पूछा है, तो अगेन द फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला v स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 2gh, तो h क्या होगा v स्क्वायर बाई 2g, तो v स्क्वायर मतलब 49 इंटू 49 बाई 2 इंटू 9.8। ओके, तो इसको अगर हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे तो वी विल गेट द आंसर हाउ मच, इसको सॉल्व करने से मिलेगा 122.5 मीटर, 122.5 मीटर, h निकल गया। हो गया, मतलब अगर हम कोई बॉल को इस स्पीड से फेंकते हैं जमीन ग्राउंड से, तो द बॉडी विल गो अप टू अ हाइट ऑफ हाउ मच 122.5 मीटर। नाउ द सेकंड पार्ट इज the time taken before it reaches the ground again. Time taken but means in what time the ball will go up, देखो ball will go up again come down, so what is the total time taken? So let us apply this formula, because we want to know, we know the value of what, so we know the value of, again we have to find the time, so h equal to half dt square, so h we know, what is h, अच्छा, और यू कैन से v इक्वल टू जी टी, तो v कितना है 49, 9.8 इंटू टी, तो t इज व्हाट 49 बाई 9.8, दिस विल गिव 5, दिस विल गिव हाउ मच 5, 9.8 इंटू 5 यू डू इट 49, तो दिस इज 5, तो इन 5 सेकेंड द बॉल विल गो टू द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट and again in the same time it will go down, so total time taken will be what 5 plus 5, that is 10 सेकेंड। ठीक है, टोटल टाइम कितना लग रहा है बॉल को वापस आने में, 5 सेकेंड जाने में, 5 सेकेंड आने में, टोटल टाइम कितना लगा 10 सेकेंड। ओके, with this we are going to end this video. I hope you are understood and we will meet soon with some other chapters. Okay students, till then have a nice day.